take their power back, and I am here yet again with my friend Keri to do if you want a bitch slap or hug.
Bitch slapper hug time, yo.
Mm-hmm.
How is everybody? I guess we'll wait a few minutes before people just show up.
Yeah.
Sonia and I meet before we go live, and I don't know about you guys, but we are starting to see our manifestations before our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. We
Yeah.
are just so grateful that we know about this. I'm speaking for you for a second, but
Oh yeah. No, you can speak for me.
yeah, and I don't know, I know that I feel the luckiest that everything is unfolding, that I have this beautiful soul in my life, and
Feel the same way.
I get the opportunity to do what I feel called to do, as she does too, because she is me. So I'm here for this, and I know she feels the same way, that we're both just here to answer the call, however that unfolds.
Oh yeah. For
Um,
me, that has been my big shifting point recently is just focusing on answering the call. Hi.
hi.
Instead of trying to figure out what to do and doing things. It's just okay, what it really is for me. It's like, what do I want to do right now? What sounds like fun?
I love that. And you know what sounds like fun for me is doing these daydreaming sessions.
Yeah,
So if it's okay, I'm going to plug it for a sec.
do it.
So you guys, I said this last time, and I have had some of you reach out to me to do daydreaming sessions, and I have done a few this week with you guys. But I read the book Psycho Cybernetics back in 2019. Hi, Liz. And it's about daydreaming or visualization. And the message is that when two or more people come together, your manifestation creation sort of intensifies or power charges. And so I have done this dozens and dozens of times, where we come together and we speak each other's daydream together. It takes about 90 minutes. There are currently 4 different price points. You can pick any one you want. I've gotten paid for all the different ones. It does not matter to me because this is just me answering the call. And if you can't swing any cost, message me. Sonia's gonna
It should be
graciously.
in the description.
Okay, awesome. You're awesome. Just message me through my website on the contact page or whatever. And if you can't swing a cost, don't let money stop you, because this is just me answering the call. But there are 4 different price points on there. If you can swing one, awesome. If you can't, message me. But the only sort of rule is that it takes 90 minutes. I need 90 minutes of your what's the word?
Undivided attention.
Yeah, undivided attention, uninterrupted attention. Um, yes. Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Yeah, it's very powerful, to be honest with you. And I know that that's part of what I'm here to do, is to help other people visualize and daydream the end. So if you want to do that, the link is in Sonia's beautiful description. Take
Mm-mm.
me up on it, because, like I said, there are some amazing price points. And if you want to do this if you can't swing on the cost, I'm just surrendering it. And I know I'm always taken care of, because I am the daughter of the king. So anyway, let's jump
Well,
into.
before we do that,
Yes.
I have to
Sorry.
tell everyone I did a daydreaming session with you this week and it was fucking amazing and I couldn't recommend it more. So if you are thinking about doing it, please check it out and do it because it's worth it.
It is. It's fun too,
Super
right?
fun.
Isn't it
It was
fun?
so fun.
And even if you're only if it's your first time, it's really an opportunity for us to play pretend. We're playing pretend. And that's what we require now, because we've been sort of adulted out of imagination. This is sort of an opportunity for us to play again. And
And even if you aren't sure what you want or you're, you know, questioning if manifesting is even real or no matter where you are on your journey, just do it to have fun.
my son keeps telling me, I have a 10-year-old, he keeps telling me to be a kid. So I had it tattooed on
Mhm.
my arm. I don't know if you can see it. It says probably says it backwards. It says "Be a kid," because I need that reminder too. And
Yeah.
he always, when I'm facing my fears, like jumping into the ocean or something, he's like, "Mom, you know what I'm gonna say," and I'm like, "Okay, Leo, be a kid. All right."
I love
So
that.
yeah. So yeah, take me up on it or not. Just I trust the unfolding.
Yeah,
So
it's fun
Sonia,
stuff.
anything you want to say other than my excited puppy dog energy?
I guess I'm just gonna own it and just throw it out there that my book is going to be coming out on June 1st.
Her book's coming out on June 1st.
Yeah, I made
Did
the
you hear that?
announcement. I made the announcement. So I talked to you, and then I can't remember if it was that same day or the next day that I'm like, I'm just gonna go live on YouTube and tell everybody that I'm doing this. It was April 28th that I decided I'm gonna write a book, and I'm uploading the thing to Amazon right now, and it's gonna come out on
So
June 1st.
fast. Because it all, isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect.
Yep, I'm
I
excited.
cannot wait to read it.
I'm so excited for everyone to read it. And the funny thing is, I don't even care if anybody reads it.
I love
I just
that.
filmed yesterday. I filmed my YouTube videos for December, so 2024 is done.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was talking about how I'm like, I don't even care if anybody reads this thing, and it's true. I'm like, I just needed to write it, and whatever happens past that, I is what happens with it.
I love that. Because we're trusting our intuitive like our I am. We're trusting our I am.
Mhm.
Right? We're trusting our what we know, the version of us that is it's easy. It's perfect. Everything works out. I always get what I ask for. You're
Yep.
literally being the version of you that is what you desire.
Yep.
How does it get any better?
It doesn't. I've always wanted to publish a book, but I never really I'm like, I don't know where you start doing that, and then it just happened. And it
Ooh,
wasn't even something that I was it wasn't even in my awareness, Carrie. It was I'm tired of being on TikTok and don't want to coach. I'm gonna let it go and tell myself, isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like book,
right, really fast.
right? That's halfway like written already because you were wanting to blog like a year ago.
Right?
I,
And that intuition was probably the bridge. I love this. Bill says pre-orders.
pre-orders, as far as I can tell, I'm publishing it through Amazon KDP, and it might allow me to do pre-orders on the ebook, but I don't think it allows that on the print stuff. So as I get it like finalized, I will keep you guys updated on what is available. I am right now. I'm debating if I want to do it as a hardcover too, and
Mm.
I don't know. So
Mm.
let me know if you guys want a hardcover version of the book as well. It's not very long. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's about 100 pages.
That's perfect.
Hmm.
It's about enough for everybody's attention span these days.
Right? It's short. It's to the point. I feel like it covers everything I wish somebody would have just covered with me.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I love it.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to celebrate you. I'm literally, how about the Thursday after, when we do this, the Thursday after you publish, I'm going to bring my champagne glass here
Oh,
and
yay!
we'll have like a celebration here.
Nice,
I will toast to you.
nice. I'm
It
excited.
may be apple cider, sparkling apple cider, but that's okay.
That's okay. That
Yeah.
works.
It's everything's perfect.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Anybody want to talk about some things?
Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Anything they want to share? Anythings? Do you need a bitch slap or a hug or just want to share something fun?
Anybody want to share manifestations they've experienced? I'd love to tell you my magnolia story. If nobody has anything, I'll tell you my magnolia story because it's fucking
It's
amazing.
awesome.
Right?
It's awesome.
Like, I didn't do anything. Ha I'm still curious about what happened, but, ooh, I love that. Liz just asked, "Is there a chance it will be on Audible?"
No chance of be on Audible?
I'm gonna imagine that for you.
Yeah, eventually, at some point, there it will be an
No, it's
audiobook.
done.
It is done.
Decide, do you want it on Audible?
It's gonna be on Audible.
It's on Audible, guys! Oh my god, it's on Audible! It's on Audible. It's done. I see that smile. You better own that because it's done.
It's done.
Yep,
I have a book on
done.
Audible.
It's on Audible. You're on Audible.
My book's fucking everywhere,
Your
Carrie.
your book's everywhere.
I don't
I
know how it
think.
got there, but it's everywhere.
Oh my god.
It's just
You make
everywhere.
more money in pre-orders that the books just write themselves.
I know. Well, funny that you say that because I already have the next like two bouncing around in my head, and there's ideas for more that they're not ready to be touched yet, but they're pinging.
Yep. And maybe figuring out how to get pre-orders would be good.
Hmm.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. EK, which is funny. I'm not make I EK stands for existential kink in my world. If you've read the book Existential Kink, which is a very powerful book, just so you know.
Love it.
Something kind of fun. Do you want a bitch slap or a hug, EK?
Something kind of funny manifested only getting checks from work. They asked me to change to direct deposit, so I did, but the direct deposit bounced back to work, so they still have to pay with checks. Interesting.
Okay.
Hi, Yara.
Manifested only getting checks from work. They asked me to change to direct deposit, so I did, but the direct deposit bounced back to
So
work.
I'm thinking, EK, did you want them to be paying you by check? Because that's how I take it. Is they wanted the checks, and then they were like, "We don't want to give you checks," and it's like, "No, but you're getting. I did the thing they told me to, but I'm getting the checks anyway." Kind of like your story earlier of like, yeah, you're just gonna get what you want because you always do.
Yeah, it sounds like you manifested that perfectly because it sounds like you wanted the checks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Correct
yay,
me if I'm
you.
wrong. Yes, laugh out loud. It was funny how it worked out. There you go. Yeah, it's like I'm taking this is a win. You got exactly
You
what you
got a
wanted.
win.
See? And it's like, what a weird, I
Yay!
just
It
want the
says
paper checks.
yay.
They're not gonna let me have them, but I'm gonna decide that I'm gonna get them, and then weird circumstances give me what I want. That shit
Yay.
happens all the time.
Yep. I love it. That is awesome. We are so
Love that.
powerful.
We are. And it
I love it.
doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter why you want it. I just want them to give me paper checks. And you didn't fight your 3D. You didn't get all upset about, oh, well, they're going to make me do direct deposit.
Yeah, there's probably
I
low
feel like
resistance.
that's where we lose our power. I was
Oh, yeah.
thinking about this, excuse me, this morning or last night, or I don't know. My brain's been like all over the place. But it's like I realized that when you make a decision, you're setting an intention. Like this is how I want things to go, or this is how things are going to go. And then as soon as something outside of you kind of takes you in a direction that you feel isn't the right direction, you start to redirect yourself, which is you just going on a roller coaster of what's going on outside of you and not sticking to what you wanted in the first place. That was my new aha that I had just like last night or this morning. I was like, "Oh fuck. Yeah, that how different would things be if I just like stuck to things and then
Stayed at the
allowed the
end.
rest to exactly. This is my end. This is where I'm
Okay.
going." Not that you can't tweak it. It's not about like has to stay the same. You're allowed to shift and stuff, but how many things have I just dropped because shit happened to make me think logically it was impossible?
Yeah. This is not a logical thing.
No. No, and that's been a big one for me is letting go of the logic. It's a choice.
And it's okay, and also to forgive ourselves
Oh
because
yeah.
we're learning a new way.
Mm.
I love that. I love hearing the teachers that talk about like stay in the end. And that's part of what wanted to I want to bring that element of like we're learning something new. Like come on, like go easy on yourself. Just don't give up. Just keep going, go to the end, the end. I yeah, just the end, the end, the end, and everything's on the bridge. Everything, give everything positive meaning. I have been manifesting. Your nails are so long and strong they never break. Or your nails are so long and strong they never break. Nails, whatever, and they actually are. No surprise. Then yesterday I was like grabbing something and one of my nails broke off and I was like, it's okay. It's just I'm just on the bridge. It's just I'm still in the they're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Like don't give it like, oh my god, I'm failing. Am I manifest? No, 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 no. I was like, okay, all right. I just ripped it off and I got my nails done and whatever. I'm like, I'm just this is where I am in the process.
Because I will tell you that was me for a long time. Oh, this thing isn't going like that would have happened, and I would have been like, "Oh my god, it's not working. I'm doing this wrong. What do I need to fix? Because I must not be working."
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And we are the creators. So we got to give everything the meaning. We got to give it meaning. So I saw an amazing teacher here. I've sent her handle is like her advanced manifesting. So powerful. And she taught me that the circumstances are part of the manifestation. So like me breaking that one nail and then not getting bothered by it, but by being like, it's just the middle, whatever. That's part of the manifestation of me becoming the version of me. It's the middle. We have got to stay in the end. So I imagine myself with long, long nails, and I go like that in the end.
Right.
Like that, I look at my nails. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so long. And I imagine the nail lady saying, "Do you want me to trim them down? They're so long." I'm like, "Yeah, girl, trim them down. They keep growing like that." But where the 3D is the middle. And
Exactly. That's what I have decided for myself. Whatever I'm experiencing outside of me is me getting what I want, regardless of what the logic tells you. And that's the practice of I cannot start going down the logical reasons that whatever. No, this is me getting what I want. And it gets
this is
easier to
me
look at things
getting what
that
I
way.
want. I gotta write that down. This is me getting what I want. This is me getting what I want. You give me so many good gems. I
Well,
have a
and then I come
friend.
back to it's like I can either bitch, whine, moan, and complain about it, or I
Yeah,
can just be like, okay, I'm still getting what I want.
yeah,
I have started to see it so black and white. It's either
yeah.
I'm getting what I want or I'm not. Which is what am I going to choose to focus on right
And
now?
but here's the thing, is like you said, getting what I want or not. But my guess is that if you're not getting what you want, you're still manifesting beautifully because you're manifesting I'm not getting what I want. So you're still
Mhm.
manifesting beautifully because
Exactly.
you're manifesting I'm not getting what I want. Universe says I'm not going to give you
Okay.
I'm going to give you not what you want.
I
Beautiful.
love
You
the way
got
that
it.
Bashar I like
Yay.
I'm sure you've heard Bashar talk about that, right? Where he's like, "Oh, you can't trust and you don't have faith in that kind of stuff and you feel you're unlovable." Well, you're being supported in those beliefs. That is how supported you are. And it's like, "Oh, yeah. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true."
This is me getting what I want.
Mhm.
I mean, I was telling Sonia
Mhm.
before we went live, I was like, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a crier. I get really emotional by all of this. And like, I told Sonia, I said, I hope it doesn't agitate you by my like my energy about all of this because like I'm so like overwhelmed with like joy. This is what you're feeling is like joy. Like we're uncovering the secrets of the universe in front of our eyes. How
Right?
can we not be
In awe of it.
in awe? What you're hearing is what you're feeling from my energy anyway is wonder. This is wonder. Side note, 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 side note. I don't know if it's in other countries like Yara. I'm sorry, I don't know if you have access to American movies, but last weekend I went to go see the movie If. If stands for imaginary friend. Yo, peeps. Seriously, if you can watch this movie, do. It's a kid movie, but it's also for adults because adults are just kids that we have lost our imagination. That's all it was. The movie is so beautiful. Sonia is my favorite
Really?
movies.
Is that what
Yes,
it's about?
go
Is that
see
a
it. We're going to see it
wow.
again this weekend because it's so good. It's gonna, and for me, it made me cry because it made me sad for the version of me that was a kid that thought I couldn't imagine, that I had to stop imagining. Like get real, get realistic, get real. This is the real
Become an
world, get real.
adult. You have to be an
Be an
adult.
adult.
Man, I don't
No.
know if anybody else experienced this like illusion, but I remember like growing up and graduating high school and becoming an adult and feeling like kind of gypped, like realizing, oh, adults don't understand anything either. So like feeling like, oh, there's a turning point and like something clicks in you so that you can function as an adult. And it's like that never happened. So then I just was like
No.
lost. And it's like, man, if
No.
I would have just stayed more childlike, it would have been way
Ah,
more beneficial.
I was thinking yesterday because I'm about to be 50 and I have a 10-year-old. So I had my son at he's going to be 11 this year. So he'll be 11 before I turn 50. But so I had him at 38. But like I am so grateful. I was literally like in my mind having a conversation with someone like advertising for waiting to have children until later because they make you young. Like I like, and on top of that, because I am who I am, I'm pushing my son to never lose his imagination. Like
Yeah,
like literally, like Leo, close your eyes and imagine seeing $100 on the ground. Like I'm doing that with him because I don't want him to ever lose his imagination.
right.
Because it's the way.
Yeah, it is. And I can see now looking back of not necessarily going back to like when I started to lose it, but seeing the effects of not having it for sure is
Right? There's the like something feels wrong. Like something's off. Like I like the anxiety builds and you're like, what is this? Like it's the Matrix, the scene in the
you're
Matrix. Like something's not right.
yeah. Well, for me it's like everything's such a gamble. I played well, we'll see constantly. It's like I'm gonna make this decision and we'll see what happens. And it's then
I
I'm like,
love
yeah, no
that.
wonder I was so fucking anxious all the time and my anxiety was through the fucking roof because I was just like hoping that my entire life didn't go to shit because of a decision that I made. And that's putting a lot of pressure on myself of like, oh, you got to do it just right or everything's going to fall apart. Like that was my mentality. And it's like, yeah, no wonder I was a disaster area.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
love that you
lot.
can say that. I'm still in my bridge with that. I still feel those moments where
Oh, yeah.
but so I'm going to make good meaning that this is me just getting what I want, and every time I navigate through like one of those moments, it just gets stronger and stronger, and there's my assumption. I want to just honor Yara. I just want to tell you, Yara, I just want to mirror back to you that you love that the universe surprises you. I just want to tell you that because that is you live in your daydream, that you love that the universe surprises you. I want to go back. I'm not trying to stop us from this juicy conversation, but I think we saw
There were a couple questions up here. The
something.
first one I saw, I don't think was necessarily a bitch slap or hug type question. Am I able to get results regardless of what I do in my 3D? Personally, I think that depends on what you believe. That's my opinion on that
Oh
because there's
yeah.
people who are like, "Don't do anything," and then there's people who are like, "Take action." And the thing that
Ooh.
I have realized more and more is however you want to live your life is the right way for you. And
Mhm,
who am I to tell you that you're doing it wrong?
mhm. So for OTBY, don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to spell it. Like, I'd love to give an example. Like, do I get results around with money? Like, I don't work. I I I haven't worked in years because am I was born into a wealthy family and I always have access to millions. It's not so regard I didn't have to do anything. And I sort of knew that I was born into a wealthy family. I didn't know at the time that I would always have access to millions, but I knew so I didn't have to really do anything except believe that I was born into a wealthy family and that I would have access to wealth. I knew that would be my reality at some point. And I grew up knowing this day would come. Literally, Sonia, this is legit, straight up honest.
I know it is.
I grew up knowing that one day I would inherit a shit ton of money. Like, I remember being a teenager and then us talking about, like, well, when blah, blah, inheritance, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, you don't actually need parents who have all this portfolio shit. Like, you're the all or the source. I'm sort of giving you the secret for my manifestation. Like, it's universe is your sugar daddy, right? So you come from a wealthy family, a divine family. You always have access to millions because the universe and or your father or
It's
whatever.
what I think Yara's I think it was Yara put somebody put where did it go? Someone put a comment that is exactly that. Or maybe
Yeah.
they didn't. I could have swore somebody said, I am God's chosen one and am always taken care of or something like that. And I'm like, yeah,
I gotta
that's
write that down. I'm God's chosen one. I'm always taken
or
care of.
God's golden child, I think is what it said.
God's golden child.
Something like that. I'm like, oh, that's too fucking good.
I am
And that fits right into what we're talking about.
God's golden child. And what was the last part? And I'm always taken care of.
It was something like that. I don't see that comment anymore. I someone deleted a comment. It was probably that one.
Maybe that was a
I don't know. I saw it and it was in my brain, and then of course that's what we're talking about, and that's the exact affirmation of eh, you. It will. You is not your business how.
you do not need to do anything in the I mean, okay, there's your beliefs, right? Okay, so what Sonia says is what you believe. If you believe that you have to have a job, then that is what you'll experience. If you believe that make money, that money comes to you because you exist.
See, it's what EK said after we were talking about her getting her paychecks the way she wanted, or he wanted, EK wanted, I whatever. Yes, it reminds me not to focus on the how, but to just be in the knowing. To remind yourself that this is how shit is going to be.
Yep.
That's what the key. That's the key.
Yep. I'm going to go to Aura. Manifesting getting a letter of recommendation, seeing my professor's name everywhere, kind of mind blowing. Oh my God, Aura. I hope I'm saying that right. Aura, oh my God. You, of course you got it. Of course.
It was better than you thought possible. That letter was
It was in the
ridiculous.
mailbox when you came home today. Like, oh my
Mhm.
God.
Do you wanna tell your Magnolia story real quick on that one?
Okay,
Just to
if you
show
guys are
how
down.
shit can show up in the mail?
Okay, so my sister got me. I don't know if you're not in the U.S. There's um, there is a a couple that is on the Discovery Channel, Chip and Joanna Gaines. They have a TV show. They have a whole brand. Now they have a brand in Target. You could buy their products in Target. They have a magazine called Magnolia. Their whole branding is Magnolia. And my sister got me a subscription for Magnolia uh, for Christmas, December 2022 through December 2023. It was six episodes or six issues. So whatever. Yesterday, my friend flew in, and I was cleaning up and everything. And in the morning, I was thinking, I'm not going to really read Magnolia anymore, and I don't really see anybody else picking it up. It's been there for like 6 months. I think it'll be okay for me to let it go and recycle them. And I literally was like, could I give it to somebody? I was having that like inner conversation, and I was like, could I give them to somebody that could use it? I was like, no, I'm going to let it go. Blah blah whatever. And so right before I went to my son so I could go pick up my son and my friend from the airport, I grabbed the issues and I almost said like a thank you. I was like, thank you for being here, blah, blah, whatever. And I like, it was almost a little ceremonial. And I just sort of like, I opened the recycle bin and I sort of like just I laid them in there. And I sort of like weirdly said thank you in a way. I'm not conscious of what I did, but there was an energy of like gratitude as I put it in the recycle bin, like, thank you for being in my space or something like that. Go get my son, go to the airport, come home, go to the mailbox. There's a Magnolia issue in my mailbox. And my sister was the one that got me the subscription back in December of 2022. And I texted my sister right away and I was like, Chris, did you give me a new now the subscription ended in December of 2023. It's May 2024. I haven't had anything in that whole time. Nothing. And the day that I put the magazines in the recycle bin, I had a new one in the mailbox. So I texted my sister. I was like, did you get me a new subscription? She's like, I didn't. I was like, yep, that was fucking manifestation.
And I was just thinking of this crazy synchronous. This is a crazy synchronicity because I work in a restaurant with the word magnolia in it. I was just thinking up here earlier, Liz left a comment. What did she say? And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what we were just saying. It's up here a while ago. Where'd it go? Yes, our desires in 3D can be shifted at any time. We're all connected. There's a reason out of all the things you could be doing, you're watching this right now. You could literally be doing anything, but you're doing this.
A Course in Miracles says, and I say this on repeat, but A Course in Miracles says, chance plays no part in God's plan. Chance plays no part in God's plan. Chance plays
Which
no
goes
part.
back to what we were saying. This is me getting what I want.
This is me getting what I want.
It's the same thing, it's just different wording.
This is me getting what I want.
This is me getting what I want. My imagination is so important to my manifestation. It takes me out of the facts of 3D quickly. Yep, it's about going back into your mind. See here. All right. Bitch slap on wavering on my appearance change. I will look in the mirror and worry that I won't get what I want, but sometimes I act as if I already look how I want, but I go back and forth.
Bitch, she wants a bitch slap. Who wants to go first?
At the end of the day, it's a choice. You realize it's a choice. You're choosing to decide that you're not going to get what you want. And that's what you're focusing on, choosing to be miserable in this moment. But I think it goes back to your, forgiving yourself for not being perfect and thinking that the perfection is what gets shit to change because I promise you it's not.
We're learning a new way. We're learning a new way. Our brain is wired for the other way. It's going to try to default you back to that way. We have got to forgive ourselves. Do nervous system regulation. Like last night, I was picking up my son and I was feeling anxious, and I was like, do whatever works for you. Do whatever works for you. Like if you want to do tapping, whatever. I saw a new one when you're like flapping your arms like this for like 30 seconds. Like whatever you can do, you have got to forgive yourself. You are learning a new way. Your mind is going to try to push you back to that. Just keep persisting. Fucking forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and go back to the end. Remember, the end of the movie is whatever. Pick your favorite rom com right now. Think of your favorite rom com. Think of the end of the movie. Everybody's together, and I have mine, which is Hitch. Will Smith and Eva Mendes. I will always say this. You'll all will know what my the end example is. Everything works out. They all are happy and they're just dancing and they're at a party or whatever, blah, blah, whatever. Like where we are in this current version is the chapter episode, whatever. It's chapter 12 of 27. 27 is the end. This is not final. We are building this muscle. You're going to fucking forgive yourself. Nothing stops your manifestation, not even you. Nothing stops your manifestation, not even you. Just
That's the shift that you need to make. Stop thinking that you can fuck it up.
this is me getting what I want.
This is me getting what I want. Why? Because this is me getting what I want.
Hey Sonia, do you have access to the time?
It is 12:51 your time.
Okay, guys, I got to go in 9 minutes. I'm sorry, but just because I have a friend visiting, I would stay on
Yeah,
for at least another half an hour, but I have a friend visiting and I am going to go meet them for lunch.
it is all perfect. Kenny wanted to say hi, affirming while watching this. Hi, Moons. It has been a while since we've seen you and had you hanging out.
I just
How
want
was
to
your
say
day?
to EK, can I just jump in for a sec? Bitch slap
Mhm,
on wavering the appearance. Just go back to whatever, like for me, I literally look different every week in these videos.
mhm.
And I'm affirming I'm skinny, 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 I'm skinny. I go into my imagination. The other day I walked into the grocery store. One of the ladies that works at the grocery store said, "Can I just say you look amazing? What have you done?" She didn't say skinny. It's a bridge. Just keep going. Whatever the word is. I can eat whatever I want, no matter what I eat or exercise, and I'm always at size X or weight X. I can eat whatever I want. I'm always at size X, weight X, no matter what I eat or whatever. Just keep going back to that. I'm skinny, I'm skinny, I'm skinny. Just keep going back to the end.
Yeah. And when you're not, just don't beat yourself up for not doing it perfectly. The
You're
only reason you're not
learning a
doing it
new
perfectly is because you're
way.
telling yourself so.
When
I was
when
thinking
you
about this too, Carrie. I was like,
yeah.
logically, I tend to go for more of the bitch slap and you come more from the hug perspective. But depending on where you are on your journey, you may have more of the bitch slap than I do.
Yeah.
I was just like thinking about that of like sometimes hearing be nice to yourself is the biggest bitch slap you can
Hell
get.
yes. That is right. Like
Right?
this was from last week. It says what you think, so you're right. There you go. It's true because sometimes the biggest bitch, because at the end it's all about love anyway. This is about transmuting all of the darkness into light. And we can get like, we should just do like some really high level bitch slap or hug, like, or just do a live where we're just like, this is all about us fucking remembering we are God. This is not about your SP. This is not about your weight. This is not about money. Start affirming I am money. I am money. I am $16 million. I am 16, or just I am money. I am money. I am money.
I love
That
your
feels
technique
so
of
good, right?
imagining money as a person. Like it
Yeah.
has form and have a conversation with it like it's an actual thing because it is like
And so I don't. Did I tell you I do that? I sit on money. It sits on my front porch, and in my imagination, I go outside and I sit on my front porch with money. And money's like, will you just forgive yourself? Like, because it's all about shame, right? I've been a bad girl. I've made bad decisions with money. I've done bad things. I'm wrong. I'm not worthy of a lot of money because of a lot of decisions that I made that were wrong and bad. And money's in my imagination. I meet with money, and money's like, I just love, like, there's so much of me. You're the one blocking me. Forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. You're innocent. You didn't know. It's the Goodwill Hunting moment. It's not your fault. You didn't know. You weren't doing anything wrong. You were told that you were doing things wrong, but you weren't. And money says, there's so much of me that like you'll never run out of me. Oops.
Are we back? Kind of.
Yeah, my phone went into low. I'm running out of
Oh,
juice, but it's fine.
God. Yeah, we're only gonna be on here for a few more minutes. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree. Exp- I've really been realizing the past few days writing this book has brought up a bunch of old shit for me of just, oh, I see why I've always been the way I have been and how I've always done things, but this is where people talk about like generational trauma. Your parents, you learned it from your parents, who learned it from their parents, who learned it from their parents, who learned it, who knows where the fuck they learned it from, how far it goes back. And we've all just accepted it as true without questioning it. This is how it is for us. Is it really? Does it have to be that way?
No.
Until you question it, the answer is going to be yeah, but it does not have to be that way.
Here's my friend, one of my friends, she talks a lot about the somatics and purging things through, like the trauma, right? And
Mhm.
she's always releasing shit, right? And I was like, and I love her and I honor her experience and she's reflecting me. But I said to her today, I said, is this always going to happen where you're going to be releasing darkness, releasing darkness, releasing darkness? And she said, um, I think that the more you seek the light, the more that is going to come up. And I was like, okay, there's her belief, and it doesn't have to be that way. I understand how powerful that belief is. We have that belief that because of therapy and counseling, that because of the understanding of the subconscious mind, that there's always some new. I was thinking about that on the back end of what she was saying. She's like, new level, new devil. No, that's just a belief. Just
I'm
go to
sick
the
of that
end, the
shit.
end,
Mm-mm.
stay in the end, the end, the
Yep.
end. I am healed. I am healed.
Yeah. I agree. I've thought that for a long time. Oh, this is the way of like you just got to release it. But it's like, okay,
And
but
I'm still in process with this, but
oh
yeah,
hell yeah, me too. But it's like, why can't I just not? Why does it
we're
have to be?
getting, we're on the bridge of that.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
I
like we
think where
are.
the mindset shift is realizing you always have a choice, and it's just the choice that you're making that's the most important thing.
And again, like in conjunction with, we're building a new muscle. So right now we're in the part of the building the muscle where we're like, okay, we need to release things. At some point, the new muscle is going to be strong enough where we're like, we don't need to release anything anymore. We got this. We don't need any more releasing. But we're still in that transition period where we're like, we're letting go of, we have to see it to believe it. We have to believe it, then we see it. And we're in the bridge of this. And we got to give ourselves
Exactly.
some grace.
I agree. It's just as it's a new perspective. It's a skill. It's looking at it differently. I thought, oh, I just have to heal all this shit and being
Yep.
just healed. Like that's a huge. It's
I
it's
love
diff-
that. Yep. I just want to reflect to Yara. I'm not buying it anymore. Awesome. And I don't want to stay stuck with my trauma. Shift that to go to the end with that. I'm like, I am whatever.
I'll tell you
I'm,
that my shift between like completely healed and dealing with trauma is I know how to handle it when it comes up. So it's no longer throwing me for a fucking loop. It's like, oh, things come up and I can deal with it. And if
yeah,
that's the best it ever gets, it's like it's so much I never thought it would get that good. And I know that once things start to shift, where I'm gonna be going in 6 months, I have no fucking clue. Like I have no idea what kind of mindset shit I'm gonna be thinking about in 6 months. Because I never thought I'd be thinking the shit I'm thinking right now. So
love that. All right. Can you update me on the time? Do I got to go?
it is time to go. It
You
is
guys, I don't know if I get off, can you stay on or do we have to blah, blah, all that?
I actually need to get off too.
Okay.
So,
We love you guys. We will see you next week. I'm so sorry if we didn't answer. Like, love, I see you. I saw your comment. We love you. Love, we love you. And we'll see you next week. I'm so grateful for playing with you guys.
we
And
will be healed when we
Sonia, I
decide you
fucking
are
love your
healed.
guts.
I love you too. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so excited for next week. We will be here.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Love and light.